Hello friends, my name is Kailash Sharma, and in this video we will see three different methods of listing files in one folder or subfolder. The very first would be to list all the files in one folder through VBA code. The next would be same code, but also it should read the subfolders inside the folder. And finally a Excel function or formula to do the same thing. So here we have an example where there is a folder available and you can see some images are placed here, and inside that also there are some subfolders which has got few more images. So we will see how we are able to read these files or images into our VBA code. So here is the practice file. You can download this from our blog as well. And here there are three sheets which are available: list files in a folder, subfolders, and Excel function. So here what we have done is we have in B4 cell, we have put the path from where we would like to read the files. And then there is a shape which is added using insert, illustration, images from here. And then finally a name is given and a macro is attached using assign macro here, like that. Now let's see what macro has been placed. For that, we can go click on Alt F11, or you can also right click on the sheet and then view code. So here our code, which is list files in a folder, is available under module 1 folder. And here is the code. So let's understand this code. Initially, there are few variables which we require to store the values temporarily. And here is the first code. What it is doing is it is clearing the content. So there might be possibility that you may have run this code earlier also. In that case, first it is doing a clear of B9 to B1000. Those cells it is clearing it. And here we have mentioned sheet 1. Now you may notice that the file name is list files in a folder, but why we have given sheet 1 is because this is the backend name. You can see them here, list files in a folder, and the backend name is sheet 1, and that is what is referred here. So that is what we are doing it. Next, what we are doing is we are storing this particular path in a variable which is here, and then we are adding some forward slash. So add slash at the end of the path, that is required so that we can go inside that particular folder and list the files inside that. The next is to get actually the files, and this is the code through which we are getting the files inside that folder. Here, this particular code is written to extract all the files in the folder. You may want to add certain code of extensions. For example, you just want img file or any other extension file, that you can mention it here instead of asterisk. In that case, it will only list the files which are given in that particular extension. Now, here I row counter is 9. Basically, we want the first file name to appear on row number 9 and going forward like 10th and all. So the very first line is 9, and that's what we have set up here hard coded. And then this loop is going through each file, and then there are information which we are storing. So this is the information which we wanted, which is the file name including extension, and it will place in the current row. In very first case, it would be row number 9, column number 2, and then it will also increase the counter by 1. So next time it will, same code will work for row number 10. And let's see, click, and you see that instantly it listed down all the files. But the only problem here is it has not gone inside this folder. So there was a folder 1, folder 2 was also there, but it has not gone. So that's where the second code comes into picture. Here, list files in subfolders also. So same scenario, but what we will do is we will write the code in a way that it will go inside the subfolders also. So here is the code, subfolders. There are two functions which are used here, and very first is the list files all folder, and that is what is connected to this particular shape that we have added, and that is being called. You can see it here, list all files. Let's go there and see. So what it is doing initially, again, we have some variables that we need to make that code work. And here, first thing here, what we are doing is we are creating a file system object variable to store the folder. Now, which folder we are storing here is the folder which has been mentioned into cell B4. Here, instead of sheet 1, this time it is sheet 3 because that is what is the backend name of that particular sheet. And then it will list all the files inside this folder. Now, this code is more or less same, but this is where the next thing comes into picture, because we want this code to run for subfolders also. So what we have done here is we have supplied folder 1. Now folder 1 is the same folder which we got it, and it has passed to another function, and this is the function which takes the folder as an object. And then what it does is it goes through each folder. So that is where you can notice what it is doing is, and here is the object folder, and which is here, and it is going through all subfolders. So for each folder inside that particular folder subfolder, it will list all the files. So here it is listing the files, and we are storing two information about the file. One is the file name itself, including extension, and in the column number 3, we are storing the path of the folder. And then there are possibility that the folder where we have gone, so we have gone folder inside folder, but there are chances that inside that also there can be subfolders. So this is the code that it will go inside further also if there are subfolders. So that is where the next comes is that if there is any further subfolders are there, it is calling itself. So it kind of going into insider loop until there are subfolders which are found. So in that case, what we are doing is at this place, we are storing the information about the folder, also this place. So it is bit of confusing, but anyway, you will be getting this code through practice file. You can download and make use. And let's see how it works is when you click this, where very quickly what it has done is very first, what it has done is it has gone through it has given the list of all the files inside that folder, and then it has called the subfolders also. So there was a folder 1 available, and there was a folder 2 available, and even within folder 2 there was a subfolder 1 available. So it has listed everything. So that way this code can be used for subfolders as well. And the very last one is Excel formula. So we now come to an Excel formula which is easily available. Here, same scenario, we have icons folder, and inside that we have put asterisk, means we want all the files. So here, let's see, files, and it has already picked the path, and if you place enter, it will list all the files. Please note that it doesn't go inside subfolder, so it will only bring the files inside this. It has gone more of horizontally. If you want it vertically, what you can do is you can place this files function inside a transpose. What it does is this horizontally listing the files, it will make it to vertically. That way you can make use of it. Hope you have enjoyed learning with us. Thank you very much.